Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do the weekly reading. This is for all signs, so it's not tied to any specific zodiac sign. As always, time is fluid, so this could be energy that you've already been through, energy you may presently be going through, or it may be energy, that can be to come for you. As always, I stress, take what resonates and leave the rest. But more importantly, know your situation and your story, know your timeline, and the most important is know your energy. And know that, masculine and feminine energy has nothing to do with gender, as we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in and see, what's going on. With the energy for this week, I'm going to be starting out with the Oracle of the Seven Energies. I'll then be jumping into the Morgan Greer Tarot. And the guidance or advice is going to come from messages from the mermaids. So let's see what's going on. Energetically, we just had Saturn go retrograde. Currently, the moon is in early degrees of Scorpio. The sun is in Gemini. Along with Mercury and Venus. Mars is in Cancer. And Jupiter is in Pisces. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces. And Pluto is still retrograde in Capricorn. We will have, Mercury going retrograde, I believe, the end of this week, along with the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a lunar eclipse. So there is a lot of energy, at play right now, with the North Node and the South Node. Well, the North Node is in Gemini and the South Node is in Sagittarius. So that's in combination with, this full moon energy, in which I will be doing a full moon spread. We'll see, how that turns out. Because I've already, been picking up on some of that energy. So, let's see what goes out. So in regards to the collective, what messages do we need in regards to the energy for the week? What's going on in regards to the energy for the collective as it pertains to the energy for this week? Hopefully, this won't be too long. I've been trying to, cut down on the time. But, the messages come about as they need to. So, we'll see how I do today, though. Alright. What messages do we need for the collective in regards to this energy of the week? One more. So bottom of the deck we have quiet in the mind, which speaks to going within, sitting with yourself, possibly meditating, quieting down the mind, getting rid of, distractions. I almost feel an energy of, needing to do like almost some critical thinking in a way, but not to the point of overanalyzation. And then up under that we have a grand symphony. So, maybe, listening to music while meditating may help. Your favorite music, or songs, listening to that. But music could be, playing a part for you, and helping you to quiet your mind with the grand symphony. But I ultimately just feel an energy of going within. Even if it's only, for a few minutes, just grabbing some quiet time for yourself may help you. What messages do we need? What's the energy surrounding this week for the collective? Let's see if we get a different card. It's like no matter what decks I use, the same cards, keep coming out. But I know, a lot of it has to do with how time works. But let's see, what part of the collective we pick up on. Too many. What messages do we need for the week? All right. So we have a merry motive. And, just intuitively, I believe I may have had this card come out before. I feel like almost in, a need to get into alignment. I also feel like, especially with the stars here, how can I put it? Like almost make sure, or especially if this is into like any type of goal or even like dream or imagination or something that you want to create, make sure that your motive or your motives behind it are for the right place. But with the merry motive, it's basically almost telling me that almost like you are going after something with the best of intentions, but if not, then you may want to just reassess whatever situation that it may be for you. Work, family, home, person, place, or thing, because at the bottom of the deck we have exposed and revealed. So it's like an energy of whether your motives are pure, your intent is pure, like it won't be hidden. So even if they're, you know, whether they're pure or not, in the right place, coming from the right place, you know, especially with the energy of this week, it, you know, it runs the potential of being, you know, exposed and revealed. So it's almost like whatever your, you know, whatever seeds that you planted with the bearing fruit up under that, you know, you may even be seeing whether they were, you know, good seeds or bad seeds, you know. And if you're on the end of having planted bad seeds, there's going to be like a need to, you know, release it, whether it was a mistake, you know, whether, you know, the intention behind it wasn't pure or genuine. And with the willing release, I'm feeling, you know, the full moon energy off of this card. You need to, you know, release that and do it willingly. If you know, you mean, it's like almost meaning what you say and saying, you know, what you mean as well as doing. Because it's almost gonna, you know, you're gonna see behind whatever motive, or, you know, good or bad, like I said, whatever seeds that you've planted or intentions that you put forth, you know, will be exposed and revealed. And whether that is, you know, it's going to bear you fruit, good fruit, or, you know, bad fruit. So we have a merry motive. The key concepts: knowing your own motives, understanding what drives you to meet your goals, the momentum your attention creates, the wisdom behind your intentions. You've chosen a path, you set an intention, and you've begun to move toward a goal. You feel compelled to keep going, but do you know the why behind this drive? Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it will make others feel about you, or you feel about yourself? You must choose to be in flow of the experience, relish in the moment. Surrender your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. The most important aspect to consider now is where you place your focus, because that's where the energy will flow. If you are resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. If you are envious of others, competitive, or overly ambitious, you will always feel as if you're not enough. If you focus on gratitude and compassion for others, you will see even more reasons to be grateful and loving. When you look for abundance, it has an uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So if you're unsure about your motives, the results will be just as unclear. Dig deep to understand your why. If your true desire is to experience X, let go of your attachment to the form that X is supposed to come in. Make sure your motive is merry and joyful, clear and honest, and aim true. Trust that the universe will provide the outcome that is a perfect match for your intention. It always does. Here we go. So let's see what's going on. So in regards to this energy and spread, what messages do we need for the collective as it pertains to the energy for the week? else do we need? So bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man, which speaks to, trying to come, to a new perspective, a different perspective. It can be looked at as, like being stuck, but the Hanged Man, position is something that you do to yourself. You can easily, come down and, almost release yourself from whatever situation, you may be feeling stuck in or have the perception of being stuck in. But then with the Four of Wands, coupled with that, it's almost, giving me an energy of, trying to almost, see a foundation that you may have, whether this is, in a home, a job, relationship within yourself. You're trying to, see maybe even how to, become more balanced, because you're looking at it, like upside down, when once you come to the perspective, you'll be, right side up. So like I said, but the Four of Wands, it speaks to foundations, maybe where you want to, I feel almost like plant your feet, or where you have planted your feet. Like I said, we've seen that bearing fruit card. So this seed, this week you may see, whether, those seeds are going to bear fruit, or whether, you have to, figure out something, and do something different. Because with the Six of Cups up under that, it may be a situation, you could be even, it may be something from the past, because the Six of Cups represents the past. But it also represents, feelings of nostalgia. It represents, past patterns. It could also be, like childhood patterns, or, trauma for some. Depending on how you want to look at it. But it's almost like you're almost trying to come, I almost feel like into balance with how you feel about something, or some, someone, some place. That gives you almost like a comfort, or trying to figure out what would be comfortable for you. Or maybe in the past you were, too comfortable in whatever situation this Four of Wands is for you, because it, it brought you that sense of, nostalgia. But as the Hanged Man, it's saying like you may even be questioning that, and confirming that is the Eight of Cups, which, speaks to walking away from this. It could be a connection for some, you know, like an actual relationship, but it could also be, you know, whatever you hold, you know, dear to you. Because from the Six of Cups to the Eight of Cups is the Two of Cups. So it could definitely be, you know, a connection, family, friends, co-workers, the job itself, the home, whatever it is. Or you could have walked away from, you know, a foundation that you set in the past. And as the Hanged Man, you know, you may just be trying to walk away or release, you know, the feelings of that. Because the Eight of Cups leads to the Ten of Cups. And what we have is like you're like focused in with the Three of Pentacles on, you know, this is building like the beginnings of a foundation, like a new foundation, where, you know, the Four of Wands is in foundation that is, you know, basically already established. But the Three of Pentacles is, you know, wanting to build anew. And where are you, you know, wanting to build, or what is your Ten of Cups? Because the Eight always, let me do it like this. This is how I see it. The Eight always leads to the 10. So it's like, you know, these could also be, you know, the seeds you've planted. For some of you, you know, you're creating your Ten of Cups from, you know, the seeds that you've planted by, you know, walking away from things emotionally that didn't serve you, to head towards, you know, the ultimate, you know, emotional fulfillment. In which we do have the Lovers at the bottom, which is, you know, it speaks to, you know, a decision, but it also speaks to, you know, like a connection. So maybe this is what you're, you know, you're trying to build this, but trying to, you know, right now you could just be, you know, making sure that, or needing to make sure that the intention behind what you want is what, you know, is coming from the right place with a merry motive. Because like I said, with this energy here, it's going to be, you know, shown. So just make sure your intentions are almost pure and in the right place. So let's see what comes out. What messages do we need in regards to this energy? Ooh. That was the Seven of Swords, which, you know, speaks to, you know, some type of deception. It could be sabotage, self-sabotage, manipulation. It's flipped, but it, you know, it didn't come out. But I did see it, so. The Four of Wands at the bottom, which, you know, we did go over that energy. But we have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Swords. Then we have the Moon and the Nine of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. Six of Pentacles, which came out under the Moon, and the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Swords under the Nine of Cups. So with the Ace of Wands coming out, it's like you're ready for a new beginning. That's almost like, you know, it's looked at as, you know, like a passionate new beginning, a creative new beginning, but it's something that, you know, it almost is like a driving force. It's something that, you know, you want. So with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Swords, it's almost like you're trying to, you know, almost, I feel like a planning energy, but this also, you know, confirms the quiet in the mind card that we started out with in the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck. It's almost like you're trying to, you know, formulate a plan for a new beginning. Because with the moon, again, the moon is exposure. It, you know, illuminates things. It reveals. But it's also, you know, secrets. It could be, you know, fear, you know, anxiety, fear of the unknown, something not, you know, being clear, illusions. But with the Nine of Wands, which is normally looked at as the wounded warrior, it's almost like, from the way that I see it on the board, like normally, you know, it's looked at as like, you know, a kind of timid energy. But with this energy, it's almost showing me like, and I'm feeling like you're ready to, you know, you have the Ace of Wands. So you know, almost like the intentions that you have. It's, you know, you moving away from all of the Eight Wands behind you, that past baggage, past, you know, situations or circumstances. It's almost like blasting through this moon energy and making sure that you attain this new beginning. So it's almost like charging through this fear, illusion, you know, secrets, if that pertains to you, you know, blasting through this energy to get here. But it's almost like, especially with retrograde here, I feel like there's a review of, you know, past fears or obstacles that, you know, you have to like almost go through to get here. And with the Six of Pentacles, it's showing me like you just want to come into, you know, a place of balance, because the Six of Pentacles does represent balance. But it could also, you know, represent you looking over, I almost feel an energy of being taken advantage of off of this card. Like you have maybe a fear of being taken advantage of. Or, you know, in the past you could have been, you know, given too much of yourself. So you're coming into balance, because it's like now you're holding on to, you know, that pentacle. It's like you're almost becoming more conscious of investments you make, because we have the Six here, and with that one in his hand, it's the Seven of Pentacles, which speaks to, you know, assessing, investing, you know, so and it's so crazy that the moon is in Scorpio, and I'm getting a Drake lyric. What song is it? Oh my God. Where he said, all these handouts is getting out of hand. I'm ready to tell y'all to get it how you can. So it's almost like you're like not letting that hold you back. You got clear intentions. Like, you know, no more handouts. If that's a position that you were in, where you were given too much. But with the Six of Pentacles behind you, it's like you're trying, or, you know, have attained this balance within yourself, because you see it's behind them. So like I said, it's almost like you're becoming or being more conscious of what you give out, because, you know, if you continue giving handouts, you're gonna, you know, deplete that Six Pentacles behind you. But you're like, no, I'm, you know, trying to, or you are in this balanced space, so it's making you more conscious of what you give. And then with the Nine of Cups, you know, that speaks to, you know, an energy of, you know, being fulfilled within self. All, you know, this is looked at as, you know, wishes granted, wishes fulfilled, It could also speak to, like, you know, maybe, you know, overindulging as well. But I feel like even if that is the case for you with the Ten of Swords, you're, you know, putting an end to that cycle. And, you know, it's swords, so that represents, you know, mindsets, mentalities. I'm also getting, and we'll clarify that, Ten of Swords, but I'm also getting like an energy of, you know, putting an end to what no longer serves you with doing what's best for you. It's like you want to be in this space of being happy. So it means, you know, some things, you know, may have to, you know, come to, you know, an end in order for you to, you know, be fulfilled within yourself. Because from the 4 to the 10 of Swords is the 6. So that's, you know, moving forward. That's the 6 of Swords, you know, going from, you know, kind of choppy or chaotic waters to more stable waters. And there's no more stable waters than, you know, the 9 of Cups. Being, you know, satisfied within yourself. And coupled with the 6 of Pentacles, it's like you want to move forward, you know, almost, I feel like a wholeness within yourself. Now, whether that's moving from, you know, past foundations with the 4 of Wands and the 6 of Cups, you know, it's almost, especially coupled with the Tower here, like, for some of you, this could have already happened. But for others of you, this, you know, there may be like a Tower moment. And the Tower is not a bad card. It tears things down to rebuild again. And we've seen that 3 of Pentacles. So it's like you're ready to go ahead and, you know, get rid of this old foundation, even if it was just within yourself. But let's see what the 10 of Swords is, and then we'll grab the guidance or advice. Tell me about the 10 of Swords. Because everything else seems, you know, rather clear. Alright, so with the 10 of Swords, we have the 3 of Swords. And like I said, I felt that 7 of Swords. It wanted to come out, but it didn't. Because from the 10 to the 3 is the 7. So, you know, what you're putting an end to with this 10 of Swords is all of this past, you know, upsets, pain, heartbreak. You're putting an end to that. And with Judgment here, it's almost saying like you're making the judgment call for yourself, because this is the energy that you want to be in. As the 9 of Cups. And this could also be, you know, like I said, past patterns or behavior that, you know, most of, you know, the behaviors that we exhibit have been, you know, learned. But it's like you're, you know, getting rid of that energy. And look at this here. And the reason why we stay like almost conditioned in that energy is because the lack of, you know, self-love that we have for ourselves. We're so used to, you know, giving, that a lot of us don't know how to receive. But it's like almost once you make the conscious choice to, you know, want better for yourself, it changes the mindset. It changes, it basically like wipes out that learned pattern. And with the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it's almost like, you know, feeling like, you know, out in the cold, a place of lack, you know. And the Ace of Cups could, you know, it represents self-love, but it also represents like, you know, an offer being made, an emotional offer being made. And for some of you, not all of you, with this energy here, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and Judgment, it's almost like how can I put it? Like, almost like you were being hard on yourself. For your past, things that you went through in the past. Because with the Five of Cups, or excuse me, the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, it's making me feel like, you know, you were almost giving into situations that weren't, you know, that left you in this place. Because you see the Ace of Cups is, you know, going away. So that could be something that, you know, you're not gonna continue that pattern in a way. It's almost like, because now this is like how you want it. You want to be able to give, but in order for you to, you know, like shower yourself, love yourself, nurture yourself, or give love to others, you have to come out of this Five of Pentacles energy, which confirms this balance that you know, are pushing through this moon energy of fear and illusions and whatever it is to attain. This here, you got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, which are both looked at as, you know, new beginnings. It's almost like you're becoming, maybe even becoming passionate about, you know, something different. And even so, with the way that they came out on the bottom of the deck, like, we got the Knight of Swords up under that, and this is fast moving, you know, energy. Like I said, he has the Ace of Wands here, so it's like you're ready to, you know, go after it. Because you're thinking more clearly. As the Knight of Swords. So your clear thinking is pushing, is like I said, I feel like, you know, it's driving you to go for this so that you can come out of this energy. And why? Because you're getting more with the Ace of Pentacles. You see, this is crazy how the Ace of Pentacles is behind these two knights. It's almost like, I don't know why, I just seen like putting the coin in a, you know, like an arcade game. But it almost feels like that's what you did to yourself. Because normally, you know, when you're playing the arcade game, you have to put the coin in. And that gives you a life to, you know, play the next round. And being that, you know, you're doing this, that's something that you do yourself. Nobody else, you know, puts the coin in for you. You put that coin in yourself. And you play the game. It's almost like you're learning how to, like, play the game of, like, creating what you want. And like I said, that Ace of Pentacles is, you know, it represents stability. You know, that new foundation. And this Six of Pentacles is, you know, having that, you know, foundation and, you know, almost self-value. Because like I said, those pentacles are behind you. And the value that you have for yourself is, it can't be seen by anyone else. It's within you. Wow. And if you're not, you know, in this energy yet, you're about to see, like, how having the pure intentions, you know, or, you know, pure motives for what you want to be the end goal, how you like co-create and work with the universe to obtain it. The universe is not going to reward you for something that's not true, that's not pure, because you can't hide it from, you can't hide your heart from God. So this is some good energy, guys. I like it. Like it. Ooh. So let's get the guidance or advice, and that'll be the reading. Or advice. What's the guidance or advice in regards to this energy and spread for the collective? So the bottom of the deck we have solitude, which is this Four of Swords energy, quiet in the mind, going within. So some of you have already done this, and some of you, you know, may be needing to do this to, you know, get clear. It's almost like, you know, with recognition up under that, like recognizing, you know, who you are. And, you know, recognizing that this energy here, because the Nine of Wands can be looked at as like defensive energy, but coupled with this, it's you know, excuse me, like, you know, I feel fear, and it's almost like recognizing the fear, because up under recognition we have mystery. It's like recognizing, you know, the fear that may have been holding you back, but also ready to like step into the unknown and, you know, almost, how can I put it, like do something different. And you do have support behind you. You are, you know, you're being supported while you go through like this, you know, this change. So what's the guidance or advice, Spirit? pick this shit up. I'm telling you. And then I say we're coming into, awareness of, who you are, your capabilities, what you can have. When you're, your true self. Like, I really think that this is going to be an awareness of, the self this week for some of you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have blessings. So, as long as you are pure and do the work, you'll be, like I said, rewarded. But don't fight it. Go with, the flow of the energy. Work with the energy so that it can, in turn work with you. Go with the flow. This awareness card, and then that'll be it. It's almost like a recognition, like I said, of the self, which is this. Knowing what you want. Being, fulfilled in that. It's almost like, it's not even a recognition. It's like more of an acceptance. Is what I'm feeling. But, you just have to, like, and I want to say this was here too, undergo with the flow. Undergo with the flow. It's like you almost have to trust your inner knowing, which is your intuition. Trust your inner knowing. It's here to, guide you. Your intuition will never lead you astray. It won't. Because I also feel like a lot of you may even be doubting or, feeling like this Nine of Cups is, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you can't have it. You feel like happiness is dead in a way. But it's because of, past situations and circumstances that you've dealt with. But if that's the judgment that you're putting on yourself, then you'll keep getting this energy. You'll keep feeling like that. But if you make the judgment call to be like, you know what? You see the hands is up, giving it, up to God and saying, handle it. I can't, you can only do so much. You have to be willing to surrender it so that you can break the pattern, whether it's mindsets, behavior, whatever it is. But awareness. It says, use your intuition to become more aware of what's going on around you at this time. It could also be time to look under that rock. This mermaid wants you to know that it's time to ground yourself and become more aware. Your senses may be heightened at this time. Being aware of potential scenarios could aid you as you swim through calm or troubled waters. Notice the details as you float through your life. Your awareness is a beautiful and natural gift that can offer insights even before a situation has fully revealed itself. Clairvoyants and mediums have a heightened sense of awareness on the earthly and spiritual planes. Perhaps you're developing your sixth sense. If so, this card confirms it's the correct path for you and that your gift of heightened awareness can benefit others as well as yourself. Meditation is a wonderful way to enhance your awareness. When you meditate, it can help to put you in a place of enhanced feeling and seeing on many levels, so you automatically become more aware. Develop your perception by meditating with awareness as your attention and focus. When you become more aware, you tend to notice things that may otherwise not have, that you may otherwise not have seen. Awareness can help you to foresee any potential challenges in life, thereby enabling you to take action to avert certain circumstances. There may be someone around you who could benefit by becoming more aware. They or you could be too close to a situation to see it clearly. Therefore, consciously focusing on awareness will help them or you to see the situation from a place of heightened perception. And this ties right back into the first card that we've seen of quiet in the mind and that hanging man energy. The answers you want are there. You just have to, take a time out. This Four of Swords. And, like I said, it's almost gathering your thoughts, but not over analyzing. Alright, so that is the weekly reading for this week. As always, sending love and light out to you all. Of course, thank you. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, whatever you want to do. And this week, whatever comes up for you, however it comes up for you, just take the time out to see something from, a different perspective, or try to come to another perspective. Don't almost, fear the worst. Just know that whatever is coming up so that you can work through it and come here. All right. So thank you. As always, sending love and light. Hope everyone has a prosperous, and positive week. And, I will see you all on the next one. All right. Later.